Diana. I'm in the kitchen at Dolphin's View with my staff, and we're going to talk about the science of emulsion. Emulsion is a mixture of two liquids that would normally not mix together, like oil and vinegar. I'm with Tariana and Kimberly, my cook and diet aide. Emulsions are tricky, they're confusing to understand, and they're confusing to make. And sometimes even the most seasoned chefs can have trouble getting their sauces to emulsify. But if you can start to get a feel for the science, you'll understand the process and feel a little bit more in control the next time you attempt this technique. There are two kinds of emulsions, temporary and permanent. An example of a temporary emulsion is a simple vinaigrette. Think of a cup of liquid of vinegar, for instance, is made up of 1 million of tiny droplets. If you pour oil onto the vinegar, at first the oil will float on top of the vinegar because it's less dense. But if you whisk them together, the tiny droplets forming each liquid will start to mix together and become suspended within each other. This is an emulsion. However, this simple vinaigrette will eventually separate back into vinegar and oil because at a chemical level, there is nothing holding the drops of each liquid together except for the temporary confusion of having been whisked together. Mayonnaise is an example of a permanent emulsion consisting of egg yolks and oil. Egg yolks and oil would not normally mix together, but by whisking the oil into the egg yolks, the two liquids form a stable emulsion that will not separate. Certain substances act as emulsifiers, which mean they help the two liquids come together and stay together. In the case of mayonnaise, it's the lecithin in the egg yolks that acts as the emulsifier. Lecithin is a fatty substance that is soluble in both fat and water. It will combine with both the egg yolk and the oil, holding the two liquids together. In a stable emulsion, what happens is that the droplets of one of the liquids becomes evenly spread throughout into the other liquid. The result liquid is thicker than the two original liquids, where in the case of salad dressing, oil droplets are combined with vinegar. In the case of mayonnaise, you have egg yolks which are thin and oil which are thin, but when you combine the two of them, it becomes thicker. A fine powder can also help stabilize an emulsion, and so can a starch. That's why a roux is useful in thickening sauces, because it's the starch in the flour that joins the butter to the liquid stock. And then there's a cornstarch slurry which works the same way. One less obvious example of a food that is an emulsion is chocolate. Chocolate has an emulsion of milk and cocoa butter. So here I am, I'm going to make a mayonnaise with egg yolks and oil in this food processor. Now I'm not going to whip it by hand. This is just a quicker way to do the same job as using a wire whisk. So I'll put the egg yolks in. I'll turn it on. Spoon, I get some mayonnaise, and there you go. Thank you very much.